Stop spending tons of money on Uncrustables at the store. We are going to show you how to make the best Uncrustables at home for a fraction of the price. Hi, I'm Christina with eatingonadime.com. I have linked today's recipe in the description, so make sure that you check it out. My kids love Uncrustables, but the cost of them can really add up, especially during this school year when they're taking one to school every single day. So I like to do this trick instead to save tons of money, but still have happy kids at school. Do not forget to watch till the end, so I show you how you can make a month's worth of lunches at one time. So to make Uncrustables at home, you do need an Uncrustable cutter. Now this is totally optional, but I love it. It is linked in the description below as well. It is very affordable. I got mine on Amazon and it's awesome, and it makes perfect Uncrustables every time. It stays still. The kids love it, especially if they hate the crust like my kids do. All right, let's get started. So when you're making Uncrustables at home, you can honestly use whatever your favorite is. For today, I'm doing classic peanut butter and jelly. I'm not a big jelly fan, so if I was making them just for myself, I would do peanut butter only. But you can also make it your own by using all sorts of types of jelly. Strawberry jelly, raspberry, or even Nutella would be awesome in these homemade Uncrustables. So get all your ingredients out. Today I'm gonna make about 6, so I have 6 slices of bread. Just your classic white bread does the best. You can use whole wheat if you're trying to be unhealthy, but for the best taste, I recommend just a classic white bread. And you don't have to worry about spending a lot of money. It's gonna work out every time, I promise. So once we get all of our ingredients out, we will get going. So I'm gonna show you how to make one Uncrustable. The secret is to keep it from getting really soggy is that you want peanut butter on both sides of the bread. The jelly has a tendency to soak through the bread and it'll give you like a soggy Uncrustable. So go ahead and put a thin layer of peanut butter on both slices, and it is going to cut out the crust, so you don't have to worry about getting corner to corner. I just kind of do the center only of the bread so that we're not wasting ingredients, saving even more money. Once you get it all dolloped on there, you can kind of scrape off the top. You don't need a ton because when you seal it and you cut the crust off, a lot of it will ooze off the side. So I just kind of skim off the top here and put all that back, save it for the next piece. Once the peanut butter is on both sides, go ahead and just dollop your jelly or whatever you're using into, I just put it on one side. You don't have to put that on both. Just kind of put it around, perfect. And again, we just put it in the center because we're going to cut all that crust off, so don't waste it. Then you just assemble it to make your classic peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I like to put it on a cutting board just for easy cleanup. You can use a plate, whatever you have on hand. Then you get your Uncrustable cutting tool out. It comes in 2 pieces. This is the cutter, this is the sealer. Cutter, sealer. So we're going to start with the cutter first. And you just want to put it, center it up, and then press it completely down to remove all the crust from the sandwich. I just give it a little shake as well to kind of make sure it's going all the way through. Perfect, just like that. Once it's all the way through, we're going to go ahead and seal it, and this seals the edges of the Uncrustable and keep it from falling apart. So, and you just press this down as well, right on top. It's really fun to get your kids involved with this because this is a lot of fun and they love making their own Uncrustables in the kitchen. All right, so while it's still on, go ahead and just remove the crust from the sandwich. And then you can remove the sealer and remove the cutter. And you have a beautiful pre-made homemade Uncrustable. Now let's talk about how you store these. So for me, I like to make these in a bulk setting. So I make a ton of them and then I store them. The best way is a freezer bag. Just get like a little quarter size Ziploc freezer bag. Make sure that it's a freezer bag. and put in 1 per bag. Perfect. And freeze it just like this. The cool thing about this is this just defrosts, and it usually takes like 30 to 60 minutes to defrost. So when you're packing your school lunch, just throw a frozen one in your kids' school lunch. It's gonna sit in the lunch and it's gonna be perfectly defrosted and ready to enjoy by lunchtime. It's awesome and amazing. So to save even more money, because the cost of freezer bags can definitely add up over time, you can just go to the dollar store and get some super affordable sandwich bags. Individually wrap your Uncrustables in a sandwich bag and then stick them in a gallon-sized freezer bag so that they don't get freezer burnt in your freezer. You just have to pull one out when you're making your kids' lunches and it's done. And you're gonna save a lot of money on the cost of those freezer bags as well. And now the best way to make in bulk. So I like to make a ton of these at once because it just saves time and time and time. So go ahead and give your countertop like a really good clean and you're good. Lay out all your breads and make this all at one time. I love doing like an assembly line. Get the kids involved, get your partner involved, whatever it is. And you can just really knock these out. You can easily make Uncrustables for a whole month in under 30 minutes if you just get rocking and rolling with an assembly line. So all the peanut butter layer is done, and then we're just gonna top half of them with a little bit of jelly. And this is where you can really get the variation. So I love peanut butter, so I'm usually using peanut butter every single time, but you can get the kids involved and they can put what they like. If they like jelly or marshmallow fluff or I don't know, whatever kids like. So you can also change out the peanut butter to any type of nut butter that you like. I love almond butter, so I think that would be amazing. If you have a nut allergy, you could do sunflower seed butter. And then you can really just make it your own. My sister was telling me the other day that her kids love peanut butter and honey, and that would be fun as well. And like I said earlier, you could always let them do Nutella for like a fun Friday treat, you know, if you wanted to be fun and festive. That's the best part about making these at home, is that you can make them however you want. So you're not just having the same old every single day. So when you're doing the assembly line, you can have like do the layer of peanut butter and have the next person right behind you to do the jelly. And then when you're coming through and you're putting them together, have the person with the cutter right behind you, and it really will go super fast. You can easily make a month's worth of lunches in under 30 minutes. Put these in the freezer and you never have to worry about your kids' lunch again. I promise you, it's a game changer. Thank you so much for joining me today in my sister's kitchen. Do not forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any more of our easy recipes and our money saving budget tips, so that you can still feed your family real delicious food without breaking the bank, if you know what I mean. All right, guys, I have linked the recipe in the description below with our Uncrustable cutter as well, so that you will be ready for back to school and your kids will have a fun and delicious lunch. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. I think I might just taste test one of these right now just to make sure they're delicious. Bye, friends. I'll see you next time. Way better than store-bought.